So let's get started. First, we go into settings, which is right here. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to scroll down to iCloud right here. Then next, you're going to scroll down all the way to find my iPhone. And you're going to make sure to turn this off. Then you're going to type in your password. Wait for it to turn off. Sometimes it may take a little bit of time for it to turn off. The reason you do that is so that when you go into iTunes and you press restore, it's going to ask you to do that. So it's just easier to start out that way with it already being done. Okay, next I'm going to switch over to the computer so you can see the rest. This is the next part of the tutorial where we actually go into iTunes. So go down to iTunes. Right here will be your iPhone or your iPod or your iPad. You'll press that, and now you'll see everything about your iPhone if you haven't already done this. So next what we're going to do is before we restore, we're going to make sure to back it up. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to just press back up. It might have to sync first before this, so just wait until you're able to press this. You can leave it at iCloud. I just have it to my computer because that's my preference for it to automatically back up to my computer because I have a larger phone. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to press back up. It might ask this where it's asking you to back up your apps because your apps haven't been transferred to your computer yet for when the backup restores. So make sure to do this, or if you prefer not to, don't do this. But remember, if you do restore the backup, it won't restore those apps. So you're going to want to make sure to do this. And then also it'll now ask you to back up those apps. It needs permissions from you. So you'll also have to transfer purchases. Sometimes it will ask for your Apple ID and password. So just go ahead and enter that, and then you'll be good to go. Now all you have to do is wait for the backup to finish, which depending on the size of your phone, with mine being a 128 gig and I have quite a bit already used, it does take a while the first time. This is just another backup, so it doesn't take long, but it can vary based on what you have on your phone or your iPad or iPod. So then now that that's done, it's transferring the purchases that I have because I have installed a couple apps lately. So it's just installing the rest of those. And it looks like it's just about done. Okay, now what you're going to do, since it's backed up, now you're going to go to restore my iPhone. Now he'll give you this prompt. Just press check. And now press restore and update. Now what will happen is it won't just automatically restore it. Click next through this and agree to the terms and conditions. And now what it'll do is it'll first download the software. So depending on your network connection, I have a really fast internet connection. It will only take me about 16 minutes. But with yours, it may take an hour or maybe even 2 hours. So just depending on what your connection is. So if you at any time, if you need your phone or anything while this is downloading, just go ahead and unplug it. That's fine. And once it's done downloading, I'll show you what to do. Okay, now that we have downloaded the firmware for the phone to be restored to or updated to, now we're going to restore it. Yours, if you left it plugged into your computer, it would have already started the process of restoring. So you can click ahead if you need to do that. I unplugged it because it took a while, so I just replugged it back in, went into it, and then now what you do is you press restore iPhone. And again, it'll say this, and you just press check. And then back it up one more time just in case anything you've done since if you unplugged it and then plugged it back in. And then press restore and update. Now it'll extract the software from your computer. Next, it'll back up your computer, or your phone, I'm sorry, your phone. Now it'll prepare the iPhone for restore, and then it should start the restoring. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to wait until that is complete. The loading bar will go all the way across, and then it'll bring you to the next screen. In iTunes, you will see it doing a couple different things, and it'll start doing the restore. So just wait until that process is done. I just wanted to show you that little pop-up will come up quick, and then your phone will restart, and then you will just begin the same process you did when you first got your phone. So I just wanted to show you now what it looks like on your phone. All you do is slide to set up. So you're going to slide. You're going to choose your network. You can choose to enable or disable location services. I like them, so I usually enable them. Next, what you're going to do is, since we made a backup on our computer, now we're going to restore from iTunes backup. You can also set it up as a new phone, restore it from iCloud backup, which is very simple, but that just depends on your preference. I'm going to show you how to do the iTunes backup. So now you can press from iTunes backup. Now it's going to tell you to connect to iTunes. Now let's switch over to iTunes. And now we are in iTunes. So when you connect to your phone, or if you left it connected, it'll bring this up telling you that you have a new phone because it just was restored to factory settings. You can also here set up as a new phone, but we're going to restore it from the backup. So choose the latest backup. Right now I only have one because that was the latest one, but you may have multiples depending on how often you back it up. So then press continue, and now it will just restore from the backup. You don't have to do anything else. After this is done, you will then go back into iTunes, which I will show you, and then you just have to sync it, and it'll put all your music, your movies, and your apps back on your phone. It's been done restoring and restoring the backup as well. Now we will go into music. And I sync all my music, but you just have to check this mark. It'll keep all of your last settings, but it will not automatically sync the music, so you will have to do that again. Uh, but all your settings will still be there. You also want to sync your movies if you have any, and your TV shows. Also your photos. This is still automatically selected for me, but it may not be for you. So when you're done with all of that, you just press apply. You'll let it happen, and then we will go back to the phone to see what's left to do. Now just slide this to set it up. And now whatever your backup is, whatever Apple ID that you have, you're going to now have to enter your password. So I will do that. Next, it'll update your iCloud settings. I would choose to use Find My iPhone just in case you lose it or if it's stolen, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Then it'll set up your iMessage and FaceTime. Just press next to that. And then if you have a Touch ID enabled device, you'll be able to do this too. If you don't have a 5S or higher, you won't be able to do this. So I'll just do it later. Next, add a passcode if you want to. If you don't want to, if you don't add a passcode, you won't be able to use your keychain right away. You can enable it in settings later, but we will add a passcode. And if you have Apple Pay, again, you can set that up. I'll skip that though. I'm now your iCloud keychain. I'm just approve it from another device. And then right here, you just press get started and you're done. Now you can use your phone and it's now restored and restored from a backup as well. So there you go.